don't know. I see Elon Musk is clearly very fascinated with the letter X. You see, Tesla's Model X, Tesla's Model X is probably their top of the line model, and then you have SpaceX.
I think he's gonna he always surprises us, and I think he's gonna do it again.
As I said, this truck will have to come in and make a mark, prove itself in the long run, for a lot of people to make that decision.
I mean,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It is gonna be everything. So X is everything.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
What is up, people of the internet? Welcome to another edition of the FLIPAforum podcast. My name is Michael.
I'm Omar.
And I'm Samir.
And today we got an exciting lineup of news to discuss. Firstly, we'll uncover some new CyberTruck release updates. Is it finally coming? We'll find out shortly. Next up, we'll be sharing our candid thoughts on the highly anticipated iOS 17 and watchOS 10 beta. Brace yourselves for an in-depth analysis. Moving forward, is Twitter already changing their logo? What could this mean for their user base? We will also get into the whole Spotify price hike and its potential impact on the streaming landscape. Lastly, we'll play a familiar game, my personal favorite, Name That Sound. All right, guys, let's jump right into the Cybertruck. Now, the Cybertruck has been in the talks for quite some time now. You know, it's been announced in 2019, and Elon had the intention of releasing it back in 2021. Now, obviously, you know, there was a lot of issues that arise during that time period, such as the pandemic. A lot of industries were affected by this. But now there's some recent news that hit Twitter with Elon Musk stating that they have finally built its first official model in its complete form. Now, quick question for you guys. How many Cybertrucks could Tesla potentially sell if it was going to be released in 2023? So right now we're in almost August? We have a couple months left until 2023. If they're going to start selling these things, how many could how many can we see being sold in the first or the fourth quarter?
Interesting take there, Mike. I think let's quickly dial back and look at when this truck was announced originally. There was not a lot of competition. It was primarily just, Tesla as, the now one big force that is coming out with an electric truck after having had a pretty successful run with their vehicles, their sedans. So fast forward to 2023, with all of the delays, I think one of my favorite vehicles during this time frame has to be the F-150 Lightning. Mm-hmm. Very capable truck, smaller, I guess, a little bit smaller, but is very capable, equally, if not more. Yeah. So between now and when it was originally announced, I think sales numbers might be slightly lower than people would have anticipated at the time. We might hit a few 100,000, for the last couple of quarters for the year if it's out and ready, but not massive numbers is what I'm predicting, and primarily because there's that many more players and good ones. Of course, with their electric offerings.
And as we know, there's about 1.9 million pre-orders on this thing already.
Right.
Obviously, this number has compiled over time, and we know that not everybody is actually going to purchase this Tesla. I feel like a lot of people just know that resale value of just that spot. I see a lot of people on Facebook Marketplace right now selling that $150 deposit for $1,500. Yeah. So I have a feeling a lot of those people are trying to make some money during that time frame.
Right.
Let's make a bet. If Tesla does come out with the Cybertruck this year, how many units can they potentially sell? Now, obviously, I don't think that's the correct question. How many can they actually make is the question, because they're going to sell out everything they make.
Well, I mean, like you already said, they already have 1.9 million people.
Pre-orders, yeah.
And counting. So I think, like you just said, selling out is not going to be an issue. It's going to just be meeting the demand. Yeah. And given the fact that now we are in 2023 and we are past COVID, and we have a lot of those issues that we had in the past with supply management, or just the fact that it was hard to get the parts and whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not going to be like as fast as people want it to. But I think it never has been for Tesla. People are still in line for even other models of Tesla, right? So I think he does a pretty good job in just keeping that. He just always leaves just a little bit. He just lets people they want more. So if you make people wait, they want it even more, right?
Of
So
course.
I think that's that's always worked for him, and I think the same thing's going to happen with the CyberTruck. I mean, you were mentioning the F-150 as being comparable, but I think it's not about the truck. It's about the CyberTruck, right? And
correct.
And its association with Tesla. Mm-hmm. So I mean, we're not looking at as far as the specifications are concerned. Is it better? Is it faster? Is it more compatible with this or that? It doesn't matter. We're talking about Tesla. We're talking about his reputation. We're talking about the way he builds up. He does the hype. He builds up. It's something to do with Apple.
He's definitely very, very good at building hype. I'll tell you that.
So I think that's basically what it is. I mean, what I think is going to drive the sales.
Yeah. So I have a note here. Tesla plans to produce 375,000 Cybertrucks annually, which means new orders will approximately take 5 years to fulfill. Now, here's a hot take: the Cybertruck will outsell the Ford F-150 by 2026. Mm-hmm. True or false? What are your predictions? Now, before you continue, the F-150 has been the best-selling vehicle, I think, for the past 40 plus years.
40 years.
Best-selling truck and best-selling vehicle since the 40 years. We'll just put it like that.
Yeah.
Long time.
Omar? I think, given, like Samir said, given that this is the Cybertruck, it might not take off right away. Obviously, I know there's 1.9 million folks that have registered, but there's going to be drop-offs and whatnot. But I think what's important is once people start seeing it and accepting it as another vehicle on the road, because mind you, it's not your average pickup truck. It's a little bigger. We're talking Ford Raptor territory.
Yes.
People need to get used to being able to, get comfortable with the idea of having something this driving around in traffic and what have you.
Yeah.
And then the real numbers in terms of range and everything else will come forward, towing capacity. So I think there's a lot that will come to fruition by the end of the year when the first few 100,000 trucks are on the road.
Yeah.
But 2026, if I sit here today and I just look at how Ford has evolved in the last 40 years, I think that statement might hold true, that they may just take over unless Ford comes out with something like what Hummer has done, and they've come out with their new electric truck, and that's a phenomenal beast as well. So obviously, if competition doesn't change dramatically, there's a pretty good chance that they can catch up.
Actually, can I ask you for a favor? Do you mind pulling up the top selling vehicles of 2022? Let's do a completed full year. I want to see the ranking here from number 1 to number 10 of the best selling vehicles. Now, I would assume that F-150 would be the number 1 selling vehicle. And I'd like to see where Tesla sits in that category. I'm assuming the Model Y would probably be the best-selling Tesla. But let's pull that up and see what we can find here.
I feel like the Model 3 or S might surprise us as well. But we'll see.
You guys want to look at the Model S3? Which one was it?
Top 10 selling vehicles of 2022.
Oh, top 10.
Okay, so what do we have? Let's scroll down all the way to the top 10. If we can see that over here. So starting at number 10, we got an SUV Jeep over here, the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Sorry. Keep going down. Let's go to the top 5. Oh, wow. Model Y over here. Number 9. I think that number has moved up. The most recent article that I read, Model Y was the number 1 selling vehicle in 2023 quarter 1. So it's definitely moved up. I did read a few sources. I did say Model Y was a number 4, but let's keep going. Let's see what else we have here. The Toyota Tacoma, of course. Keep going. We got Honda CR-V. Not surprised. Keep going. We'll just kind of skim through this. GMC Sierra, Toyota Camry. Yeah, definitely a top-selling car. RAV4, of course, Toyota. Now you're going to start getting to the pickup game. Ram pickup. We got the Chevy, and lastly, we have the F-150 with 650,000 units sold. Now, did you guys notice that the last the top 3 vehicles were all trucks.
Yes.
So, I mean, Tesla, in my opinion, probably has the best selling SUV. And it looks like they were the only EV vehicle to be on this list, right? You have other vehicles such as, Model Y or, Model S, Model X, and Model 3. Model 3 probably be the second most popular because it's probably the most affordable. You also have other competitors such as the Rivian. There's a lot of electric vehicles coming out right now, but clearly, Tesla wants to come out with the number 1 selling vehicle in the game, not just the best selling electric vehicle, but the best selling vehicle in a game, right? And I think they have a good chance of accomplishing that with the Cybertruck.
Right.
Well, I mean, just like what you were saying, Michael, it's the fact that you have what is the model Y?
Model Y, yeah.
Yeah, the Model Y is in the top 10. It kind of shows that just the technology and just the way the car works and operates, it's very favorable to the public, and so bringing in the truck the way it's going to bring it in, it's definitely going to it's going to have a pretty good reception. So I think, I mean, it looks looking pretty good for the truck.
Yeah, I am going to add it's 2026. Doable, but we might also, it's dependent on other factors. For example, North America's ability to produce that much electricity. Obviously, more cars will require more power. Secondly is stations. There's still a lot of rural areas where the F-150 is dominant. Yeah. And it's dominant because it'll get you from A to B in those terrain. It will, if it breaks down, it's easier to fix, etc. So I think if you look at the entire roadmap, it's not only just the truck and what it has to offer, it's also its ability to charge anywhere and everywhere for a lot of people to consider it. Millennials will probably be the target market for the Cybertruck first. Yeah. And then over time, there's going to be a bunch of people that will say, okay, you know what, this can work and I can replace this as my work truck, because a lot of people use these trucks for work. Yeah, exactly. So the F-150 is targeting more of the working class. You can see the top 3 selling vehicles were all trucks. Clearly people are using this for within the construction business or to move heavy material and whatnot. And usually people that have trucks like this require a lot of driving, which is fairly easy. Go to the gas station, you're able to fill up within a couple of minutes, as opposed to having a truck. You're gonna fall into. It's gonna take longer, definitely.
Yeah, you're gonna fall into some issues there. Now, I recently was invited to go to a cottage that's about like 2.5 hours away. Next week I'm gonna be going, and the first thing I thought about, because I own a Model Y, I own a Tesla myself, and I'm like, can I take this thing all the way there without worrying too much?
Range anxiety?
Yeah, like I don't want to deal with that headache, so I found a different solution. I'm probably going to just, rent a car or something like that, but I don't want to take that risk. But, when it comes to the Cybertruck, and most people, if you're going to be competing in the truck game, it has to be able to fulfill the needs of the working class that are using this truck for that need. Yeah. So if you aren't able to do that and you don't have the proper ecosystem set in place, such as faster charging or having multiple stations around you to charge at ease, then I think it's going to take a little bit more time.
Absolutely.
But Michael, don't you think that by 2026, the infrastructure is going to be even better and be able to accommodate the Cybertruck? And
no, I agree.
So I think maybe factor that in. That might not be such an issue, but you're right. Yes. As of now, I think that is an issue.
But it's also a very complicated process, right? You're talking about urban areas and cities and stuff like that. I could see it being implemented fairly easily. But when you start dealing with areas that are, 50 kilometers away from the main city, rural areas, that's when the probability of something like that being built from point A to point B in a convenient manner is probably going to be very low.
Yeah. So I want to add to that point, Mike. I want to share an experience. I took a 1,400 kilometer road trip a year and a half or so ago, and I have a gas powered truck, body on frame. There were 2 instances here in Canada, up in near Lake Superior, where there is no gas station even between point A and point B, and the distance is close to 300 kilometers. Mm-hmm. If we are talking about a rugged truck needs to be a dependable truck, which means if you get stuck in like icy conditions or mud or what have you, it's not just the range, but it's the ability of the truck to have enough power to get you out of those situations. Yes? So, yes, we're all anticipating this to be the truck, because going into 2030, there's regulations that we'll only have electric vehicles. We want this truck to succeed, but it'll have to really come with its A game in order for buyers like myself and millions of others to take the leap.
I actually pre-ordered the truck back in 2021. And I have absolutely no idea what line I'm currently in. Did you guys pre-order the truck as well?
I did. I paid next to nothing, and I saw those ads on Facebook.
I
saw those ads on Facebook, but they mean nothing.
When did you pre-order it?
Early, I would say March or April of 2021. Okay, I want to say.
I'm about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried to do the calculations. I wanted to see what place in line am I in, and based on my calculations, I don't know if that makes sense. I found one source that kind of tried to explain to you, what does that order number mean? Is it in like a chronological order or something like that? And my number came out to like 3 million. I don't know if I did that correctly.
Wow. Right.
It definitely doesn't make any sense. But I think I'm probably going to be one of those 2025, maybe 2026 people to actually get it, which is a good enough time frame. I just recently got my Model Y, and I'm still very, very happy with it.
Right.
So, until I get bored with that, I'll start thinking about the CyberTruck.
And if anything, you have you have a vehicle that will be in demand, no question about it. Yeah. If anything, you can sell it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I also think the battery life, I think that's a major concern, right? The development of the technology and how that is basically getting even better. Yeah. So I think that's a factor as well. Yeah. I'm not driven the F-150. That's not me. That's not my style. Yeah. But yeah, it's more rugged, it's more durable, it's more outdoorsy. Yeah. It's more like construction, whatever. So can it really meet that demand, that specific target market? I mean, looking at the structure of it, looking at the truck itself, it doesn't seem like it will fit that. What do you say? How would you say this?
You talk about a target market?
Yeah, I mean, like you look at it doesn't have any. It's not a hatchback or anything. It's just like a big truck, and like how do you maneuver it?
It's such a unique vehicle. I think it's going to hit numerous different target markets. It's going to hit those people that just want a Tesla that looks futuristic and cool. Yeah. Going to hit those teenagers and those kids that just want to get it, mamas and papa's money, and then you're going to have the working class that might consider getting a truck like this. Now you mentioned that the length or the length of the battery is an issue for you. I don't think that's actually an issue. I think the issue is how long it actually takes to charge a vehicle, right? Okay. So in my opinion, if I'm taking a road trip for 2.5 hours, the battery on that should probably make the whole drive. But let's say probably one way. But that's not the issue for me. The issue for me is parking up and having to charge the thing and waiting 45 minutes. Now, as opposed to going to a gas station, it's going to take 2 to 5 minutes you get up and get going. Over here, I have to sit for another 45 minutes, which is now going to turn my 2.5 hour trip to a 3.5 hour trip one way, probably, right? And then on the way back, I'll probably get
That's a very good point. And for the working class, obviously time is money.
Yeah,
they've got only a certain number of hours in which they have to get the job done. Which is obviously important. Yeah. But you also have to understand the F-150, the Tundra, the Tacoma. These trucks, they are made and they have a reputation that they are built to last. There's a lot of trucks out there that are at 500,000 miles, 1 million miles. Yeah. And if something breaks down, it's easy to fix. A lot of people that will consider from this segment, a lot of people that will want to consider this truck will also think about battery replacement. How many years before I have to replace a battery? How much that's going to cost me? And when you break it down, today, for a lot of people, the F-150 is still, the choice or the next, like a no-brainer. As I said, this truck will have to come in and make a mark, prove itself in the long run for a lot of people to make that decision.
I mean, but I think you're forgetting one thing. It's the cost of maintenance.
Sure.
And I know that's another reason why Michael bought his Tesla was, I don't know how much money he was saving on gas.
Yeah, there's a bunch of pros and cons.
It's a huge amount.
Obviously.
I mean, so that I think is going to factor into it.
But yeah.
I don't know how much of a factor it is, but that is a factor where I know these trucks, they're pretty heavy on gas.
Yeah, I think that's the only con. I actually personally owned a F-150 back in 2017, I believe. And it was a super powerful car, but that thing was expensive. And mind you, I did not have to deal with the gas prices that you guys are currently dealing with right now. I'm so sorry.
Exactly.
$1.70 right now. I'm so happy I don't have to deal with that anymore. Yeah. But I was paying way too much money on gas, and I decided to move on to a different vehicle. I just didn't need that truck anyway. So, but it was a good car. I mean, I can see why people wanted to use that.
Yeah.
But
so
that's that.
So I think that's a very big strong point for the truck. It's just the cost of gas. I know my brother-in-law just bought his Tesla, and he told me he's saving so much money on gas.
Yeah.
It's not even funny.
Yeah. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Exactly.
Absolutely.
So.
Okay, let's get it moving, guys. iOS 10 and iOS 17 beta. What are your thoughts? I know, Omar, you've been playing around with this beta mode for some time. I didn't get a chance to actually see what's going on there, but I have an idea of what's new here. Can you elaborate a little bit on what are your thoughts here?
Sure. Okay, so last few years, I've been on Apple's public beta. I've been on the developer beta as well, but the public beta is more stable.
Yeah.
Year over year, what I'm noticing as a consumer is it is more stable with less and less bugs, which is great.
That's good.
This year, the thing that I noticed, which jumped at me almost instantly, is that and we can say that this is one of the bigger changes to iOS in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
A lot of it is built on communication within the ecosystem, communicating with your friends that are on iOS, and creating that mindset of, do you have iOS and an iPhone or not? And I'll get to that in a second. But as I started using iOS 17, it was very familiar, yet it was like it had the kick that iOS has needed for a while now.
Yeah.
What are let's say the top 2 or 3 things in iOS? First and foremost for me is the ability to use NFC to transfer my information. Right now it's in beta. There are bugs, obviously. I've turned it off on both phones just to test it out, but still for some reason they will continue to share, which is a little annoying when you have 2 phones.
Yeah.
But really cool. Also with AirDrop, improvements to AirDrop, you can now share data from this phone over to another iPhone running iOS 17. You don't even have to be in the same room. I can walk down to the street, grab a coffee, come back, and that data transfer essentially will continue. But what will happen is I'll drop off of your Wi-Fi connection, and I'll continue on cellular.
Oh, that's amazing.
So phenomenal.
You're saying there is no... Is there a limit to how far one phone has to be from another?
It is to be tested. I'm sure there's going to be a limitation to how far the phone can actually be. Yeah. But because it's running over cellular, essentially it shouldn't make a difference as long as the connection is stable enough. But that was for me, that was one thing that really, that I really liked. iOS 17 as well. What's new is the messages feature and the phone app. These 2 are really, really cool. The interface has changed completely. The ability to check in. I know my brother is someone who can really benefit from this because he's in and around downtown all the time with poor cell connectivity. So the ability to check in is cool. It's all available, very nice and clean. Yeah. Same thing with the phone app. It allows you to, reach out to your contacts. They can set their personalized picture, and when they call, you will receive that picture that they have saved instead of you having to save the picture. So that's very cool. But on top of that, what's cool is live voicemail. So now 2 or 3 times what has happened is I've got my work phone running iOS 17. I've got a client calling me while I'm on another call or I'm in a meeting. And I, for some reason, I don't know if I should or should not, like, walk out of one meeting to take this call. I don't know if it's important. And on my lock screen, I start seeing what they're actually saying. While they're calling me, the voicemail is there. And in 2 instances, what I've done is I've actually just taken their call. Mid voicemail. Hey, it's me. So it's a throwback to probably like a few years ago. We still had answering machines. It felt like that. It was really, really cool, the ability to do that.
Absolutely. Just a refined version, something that creates a little bit more multitasking without putting the effort. Before we continue, can you actually show us a live demonstration of the Airdrop NFC feature? I'd actually like to see. Just the visuals alone are really compelling to me.
It's like...
let's see if we can put this on camera. Let's see. So, did you see that?
That's it.
That was incredible.
Did not do anything else.
Yeah. Did you see that? It's because he has you have the privacy screen protector, so it's hard to tell.
You can put it maybe on in front of the camera and just hold these guys together, and they're capable enough. And I can just cancel this. Okay, and you can just hold them together or however you like.
All right, so we're going to try this here live. We have 2 iPhones here in beta mode. Let's see what happens. Did it do it? Can't really see.
Wow.
Yeah? Amazing. That is some cool stuff here.
It really is. Yeah, and just save the contact, and there you go.
Yeah, so you just literally tap it, and you're good to go.
And same thing with AirDrop. Very fluid.
Yes,
again.
Yes.
So I really, really like that. If you ask me what else is cool on iOS 17, it's the smaller things, stickers and tiny stuff. There's like a lot of Easter eggs that you come across and you're like, wow, I really appreciate this. One cool thing that I found, and I just finished training my voice and it's installing as we speak, is...
Yeah, so I actually wanted to bring this up, but prior to starting the podcast, I'm like, what's this whole... AI voice training thing? He's like, I'm almost done. I still have about 50 more phrases. So pretty much you have to read about 150 sentences per se.
Right.
And it's slowly training the AI to then be able to use your identical voice in reading articles or reading messages or whatnot and stuff like that. So I guess it's currently still in the process. I would actually love to hear an AI version of Omar's voice. That would be
why not?
Quite incredible. Also, how many times did Siri actually pop up without saying hey?
So not a lot. It's actually very good. Interactions with Siri are now better. This one won't activate because it's on an MDM lock. But whenever I talk to Siri, for example, I went to Tobermory a few weeks ago or a week ago or so, and this guy just, what's the weather like? And Siri's like, this is what the weather's like. Hey, Siri, what's the weather like at 8 o'clock? Because I had a dinner reservation. Perfect. Dinner reservation, no problem. This is what the temperature is going to be like. It's not raining. You're good. Can you make a reservation for me? Okay, I can call here and here. Where would you like me to call? Yeah. And it was like, I've got a personal assistant, right? But for me, the most, I guess, useful tool and the reason why I got iOS 17 on my devices is the ability to dictate. I am driving, I am multitasking, I'm in the gym, I've got to respond to emails, texts and whatever are obviously not as important, but for me, emails are very important because they just keep coming at a very rapid pace. And I have to stop and type. Like historically, I've had to stop and type it up. Yeah. Now I dictate and my emails, like the duration has gone from maybe 3 or 4 minutes to type up like a proper email to maybe 30 seconds to a minute. To draft up an email, I quickly scan it, and like 99% of the time it's accurate, and I just send it out. Yeah, I love this feature. I think this is going to be very big with iOS 17 and iPhone 15. Obviously, it's something very small. Yeah, but when you think about how it comes into play into your day-to-day life, the impact is just massive.
Can you give us an example of how you would have used this? I guess recently.
So I can walk you through what a day looks like. Like I start my day, I go through all of my emails or respond to that email. I start dictating. Hey, good morning. I saw your email. I've read the stats. These are the things that interest me. Here are 4 things that I want us to like highlight in the next in the next flow.
I'm also hearing it's very responsive.
Very responsive
Very
in real time.
responsive.
You can try it right now.
Yeah.
And maybe give it a shot. It's amazing.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. That's actually something that I did notice. Hi, welcome to another... Oh, there we go. Hi, welcome to another edition of the FLIPAforum podcast. My name is Michael, and today we're going to be discussing about me talking into a mic and looking at a phone. Blah, 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 blah. Very interesting. It's pretty good. Now, if I wanted to read this back to me, can I do that?
Yes, you can.
And it will use your voice.
It's going to use your voice that you have trained.
Yeah.
And it's going to sound kind of like you, not exactly like you.
Yeah.
But it is very, very fluid. So that dictation is one.
Mm-hmm.
B, the ability to obviously respond to text.
Yeah.
The ability to store like notes, et cetera, et cetera. And there was one thing in iOS 16 that bothered me a lot is autocorrect would keep correcting my mistake. Like I would type something, I would correct. Then I would type, no, this is what I want to type, and then it would correct it. iOS 17 is learning around who I am, what I say, why I'm saying it, what I want to say, all of that. And it's making this like a more comfortable, enjoyable experience for me. So I think this is still public beta. Yes, there are bugs. But when we have the official launch in September, I think a lot of people will benefit from iOS 17. It's nothing like what you've experienced before.
Yeah, I also heard there was another feature where, let's say you're reading an article or a blog post, and then you can ask Siri to read that article for you in live time. Did you hear about that feature?
Yes. You can actually also ask Siri to do some research per se on, let's say, there's a paragraph that you read on. You can just highlight, let's say, there's a news feed, you highlight the header, and you ask Siri, hey, can you tell me more about this? Siri is actually going to go into the web, find all the information, provide you the information.
That's amazing.
For example, if, let's say, there was an accident not too long ago on the 401 and this disrupted traffic for a couple of days, for people that would commute to and from, could just simply open up the news and say, hey, like there's construction here now due to that accident. How many days is this going to impact me for? Siri's going to go in, do research on how long it's going to take, come back and provide you like, hey, this is going to take like 4 days. Yeah. And by Saturday, 6 p.m., you should be good. Like that's phenomenal.
Yeah. The amount of times that I would copy and paste an article, because I hate reading personally, the amount of times I would copy and paste an article and put it into an application that would use like a robotic voice to read it back to you. Now you have the, Siri finally will be able to read anything for you. Yeah. And I think that's quite incredible because I actually really enjoyed blog posts that would have like an audio format underneath the blog. You'd read it and then you could just press play and you could just listen to it, And the fact that you can do that on any page now is quite incredible. And I think that's super beneficial it's going to be super beneficial to a lot of people. All right. Did you have anything else to cover under iOS maybe 10?
iOS 10 on the watch. Interface is definitely more fluid. It is a better experience. Too early to comment on what is different, but I can tell you that the activity rings they've got a dedicated page for each one. Yeah. For example, like your standing time, exercise time, calories burnt now have an individual page, which is really nice. It's a cleaner experience. Also, like before I used to ride my bike, it would show me like on the same page what my activity was. Now it's got dedicated pages that give me that information. I did take this out for like a hike. And the information provided back to me was very useful. I did stumble once. I didn't fall, but I did stumble. And then the watch immediately detected, hey, did you fall? Are you okay? Mm-hmm. And then as soon as I was back on my feet without responding, it went away.
Very nice.
So it's nice to use. Mm-hmm. Again, I think once iOS 17 officially comes out with iOS 10, they'll just talk to each other very nicely.
Yeah, I think there's, I guess, a little bit more subtlety in the changes with the Apple Watch Ultra as opposed to the iOS 17 coming on the new iPhones. But definitely both are very, very exciting, and I am looking forward to both. Let's move on to the next subject here. Twitter is changing its logo. Samir, can you unpack this a little bit here? What is going on with Twitter?
Twitter is no longer Twitter. So officially, I think the bird has been put to rest.
Yep.
And it's been replaced by the letter X.
X. What do you guys see when you guys... What do you guys think of when when you see the letter X? Like a lot of people are relating this to like a porn site now or some cryptic message. Yeah. I don't know. I see Elon Musk is clearly very fascinated with the letter X. You see, Tesla's Model X Tesla's Model X is probably their top of the line model. And then you have SpaceX. You have his kids apparently are named something X. Apparently he even wanted to call PayPal X. He did, yes. Back in the day. For those who don't know, Elon Musk was the one that built and sold PayPal, and he made a lot of money, which made him who he is today.
Well, he didn't build he sold it to PayPal. He sold the technology to PayPal.
Yeah.
So that's what basically happened.
So what is X? What's going on here? Explain to me.
So X is something that is, I think, based on what I can tell, is going to revolutionize the tech industry. Mm-hmm. It is going to be everything. So X is everything. So it's messaging. Yeah. It's banking. Yeah. It's chat. It's social media. It's your one-stop AI. It's going to be fully built on AI, right, and blockchain technology. So, so he basically is trying to, I think, take over the world. I mean, what he's doing
clearly seems like it.
Yeah. I mean, when he bought Twitter, nobody had an idea like, why is he doing this? Why is he buying Twitter? Obviously, the thought back then was that, he was trying to promote free speech, right? I mean, that was very noble of him. But in reality, and I think Michael mentioned that, did you mention that last week, like what's up his sleeve? Yeah. Right? And I think it is now being revealed, like actually what's up his sleeve is that apparently he doesn't want to start from scratch, and he's using the infrastructure that has already been built within Twitter to start building this new...
You were very pro Twitter, I remember a week ago. I know you. I mean, here's how I look at it, Samir. If anyone here or in the audience is familiar with WeChat, yes, WeChat is not just a chatting platform. It is used for marketing. It is a payment platform. It is anything and everything what I think Elon is trying to do here with X.
For those people that don't know WeChat is only available in China. Yes. I know people here in Canada also use it, but it's largely used by people in China.
Yeah, and it allows you to make transactions. You can go to a grocery store. Yeah. You can buy your train tickets using that app. Literally, it's used everywhere. I think when I see X and the way it's being branded today, that's what I see. I think he is rebranding WeChat into a platform that is not just there for us to communicate with one another, but for us to complete transactions, for us to be up to date, for us to share our moments and what have you.
And, as far as that's pretty much chat whatever. That's very it's already been done. But I think what he's really going after is the banking industry. And I say that is because I was watching his interview and he's talking about how the banking industry is still based on, mainframes and, very outdated technology. So he's trying to he's trying to bring us out of the dark ages as far as that's concerned. And he's also trying to create a centralized system. Now, how that's going to work out as far as, the control, the privacy and all that, I'm not too sure. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to bring that whole system into the 21st century.
Yeah, and is it true that he's trying to incorporate cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, and stuff like that into the...
And AI, yes. So all that, I think that is quite forward-thinking on his part, is like he's trying to create... Twitter was not, like he doesn't really care about Twitter, right? It was just, I guess, he got some publicity out of it. He did get a chance to now use their infrastructure. But I think the bigger picture, the bigger plan has always been, this project for him, right?
Yeah.
And I can definitely see this being an opportunity for Elon to build a new ecosystem here.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
That's what he's going after. He's going after an ecosystem.
Exactly. Something that's similar to Apple.
Apple.
Apple has its own beautiful ecosystem, and
Exactly.
Elon has an opportunity here to jump into a company such as Twitter, buy it out, and restructure it in a way that will benefit a lot of people. Clearly, it's not only going to be about social media here anymore.
No.
But it's a very interesting route that he's taking, considering just about 2 weeks ago there was this whole debate about Threads and Twitter, and now it's kind of like, well, I'm not even competing with you. I'm trying to build something completely different.
Exactly. I mean, Threads is just such a small. It doesn't even factor into the whole thing, right? He got some publicity out of it, obviously, and Elon is always looking for publicity. So
Yeah.
it's not like looking for it; it follows him.
Yeah. So it's going to be called X, right?
Yeah.
So what do you call tweets? X's?
X. Yeah.
What do you call tweeted?
I just
Exit?
Exit. Yeah.
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 So we'll see what happens. I don't know if it will hurt the Twitter brand. I mean, it's not even going to exist.
Well, Twitter's over, Michael. It's finished.
Yeah.
It's
And
it's buried. And Twitter was.
I think it was finished 2 weeks ago. He's just taking it to the next level now. He's kind of like, I killed it off myself. You never defeated me in the first place.
And as far as I hear Threads numbers have dropped by 50%. Since their.
Yes, I haven't used it from the past 3 weeks, to be honest.
So again, that was a bit of hype. It was something to talk about, but the big picture again is this big project, right?
Yeah.
And this is going to impact the entire world. I mean, he actually said that 50% of the banking, worldwide banking, is going to be within this ecosystem, this system. So that's a huge number, right?
Yeah.
So this is a very, very big project, and we'll see. We see what happens. But I think Elon's the kind of guy who take this on, and I think he's gonna he always surprises us, and I think he's gonna do it again.
Yeah. Sure. No, I definitely agree. Okay, do you guys have anything else to add to this topic here for today?
No, I think
it's pretty straightforward. All we know, it's a letter X. From going forward, everything else is going to be brand new news to us. But we'll see what happens. Do you guys use Spotify?
I do.
You use Spotify?
Yep.
Akshay, are you a Spotify user as well?
I got Apple Music.
Okay, you got Apple Music.
Apple
What are you
Music.
paying per month right now?
Honestly, I have no idea.
16. It's
What
about
am I paying? You mean?
$16.
$16 for Apple Music.
I have Apple Music. I have the share. Yeah.
That's quite expensive.
It is. So $16 Canadian. It's $12.99 or something like that. But I've got an extension on it. Spotify, I use it. I don't pay for it, so it makes sense to just have Apple.
Gotcha. Do you find Spotify to be more premium or a better interface to use?
I feel like Apple for me is premium because not only do I have access to almost all of the songs that I search for, they're always there. They have the option to do karaoke now. I don't know if you've tested that one out. You can turn off the lyrics and go at it. So that's amazing.
You can do that on Spotify as well.
But then also there's a bunch of other stuff. But the one thing that keeps me glued to Apple is its ability to run in an ecosystem perfectly.
Gotcha.
So yes, I use it, Spotify, but
Gotcha.
I lean more towards.
All right. So I don't know if you guys heard, but Spotify is increasing its prices. Yep. I think they're probably the last on a boat to do so. Currently, it was listed at $9.99 per month. They're raising it up by $1. Now, I don't believe that Spotify is a company that has issues doing something like this. I think they're in the category of a company that has pricing power. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, they are, I think, the number one streaming platform for music in the world. You got what? Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. There's another one I forgot by Jay-Z. What do you know what it's called?
Tidal.
Tidal, that's the one, yeah.
What's it called?
Thanks, Jamie.
Tidal.
It's called Tidal.
Okay,
That's
just
Akshay for
also to correct myself here, I just double checked. Apple Music subscriptions are $10.99.
Okay. That makes sense because I was going to say 16. I don't think that's competitive. That's heavily overpriced.
And the family shared plan is a little bit more, and that's the one that's $16.99, and that's where I got myself confused. I've got the family share plan, which is $16.99.
Yeah, and I think the platform itself is constantly improving. I personally use Spotify myself because I enjoy the playlists. I think there's a lot of unique playlists that they can offer. And also, you got Joe Rogan on there. Shout out to my boy Joe Rogan. And they got video format videos. You can also check us out on Spotify, my friends. Search up FLIPAforum podcast, and you will see all of our videos on there as well. Regardless, clearly they have pricing power. Would this affect the amount of users they have going forward? I don't think so, but what do you guys think?
I think for a lot of people, it won't matter because
It's only $1, folks.
it's not even that. It's just the competition is already there.
Of course.
They're offering you, like Spotify is offering you a premium service for the price. It is a good experience. So that's one piece. And obviously, like, given that they have now more users than they did like a few years ago, they can justify the asking price. Yes. I always thought for Apple, it used to be Apple Music. People would just go to Apple Music, and for Android users, it would be Spotify.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, obviously, you can use Spotify on Apple. You can use Apple Music on Android as well. Did you know that?
Yeah.
And that's what I have now started doing. And whatever subscription I had for Spotify, I think I'll bid adieu to it.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think if you're a company such as Spotify, where if you constantly improve applications and you make them better and better over time, yes, with inflation and prices going up anyways, and in order to stay competitive, you have to also raise your prices dollar by dollar every X amount of years. Right. It is what it is. But
it's cost of doing business.
Yeah, but the moment you stop producing that value, and you start increasing the prices just to meet break even or whatever, that's when you're going to fail as a company. Like an example was MoviePass over here. So as previously mentioned, MoviePass offers subscription services that allowed customers to watch multiple movies in theaters for a fixed monthly fee. After gaining popularity with $9.95 per month unlimited plan, MoviePass faced financial troubles and tried various price increases and changes to its subscription plans. However, these adjustments were met with customer backlash and contributed to the company's eventual diminish. I believe this company or this idea of MoviePass was initially started in 2011 or 2012, and it lasted until 2019 until they eventually figured out that this is not working. We have to cut it out. And they, people clearly didn't see value in it when they started raising the prices too high.
Right.
So if you do it in incremental, how would you say it? If you do it in like a dollar per dollar, small increments like that,
it's less noticeable.
Yeah, it's less noticeable. And at the end of the day, it's only $10, and I feel like you have all the music in the world. Back in the day, we used to pay $15, $16 for a physical CD that only gave us like 16 songs that would only last for like 2 years if you didn't keep it in a case. So we'll just skip it.
And the cassettes, those were even worse because when it was hot, they used to melt.
I always remember sticking my finger in those things and trying to rewind it. Do you remember that? I bet Akshay is like, "What the hell are you guys talking about?"
No, I used to have these cassettes, and if you leave them in the car, right?
Yeah.
They used to melt.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's it.
That sucks, man. I remember driving in my what was it that I had, a Pontiac Sunfire. This was back in like 2010. I used to have like a pack of CDs. I'm a big music fan, I love my music. And I remember just driving and just like flipping through my CDs trying to find this one, and nothing was labeled. You know how I remembered what CD I had to put in? By the scratches. Like I remember that one had a scratch on the side.
High tech.
Yeah. Technology.
Oh man, yeah, good old times. Yeah. Okay, guys, I think that's that for today. And are you guys ready for some trivia? I am.
Yep.
This is definitely my favorite game. I love Name That Sound. I know Samir is phenomenal at this game. By the way, he still owes that dinner.
Oh yeah, I think there's another one coming.
Yeah.
Samir.
Let's bring out our best friends over here, the whiteboards.
The iPad.
We gotta give them some names. Something better. I don't like the whiteboards. Akshay, so I know you worked on some sounds.
Yeah.
You got some interesting things for us?
Some interesting sounds, for sure. I got some interesting sounds.
Can't wait to hear these.
How many
All
do
right.
you have this time?
We're going to
10 in total.
We're going to try to have like a time limit on here.
Okay.
Like we're gonna give it like 10 seconds, okay? How does that sound? 10 seconds?
Yeah, 10 seconds.
You have to name it.
Should I put a timer on the computer or no? Or countdown?
Yeah, just do a countdown.
Okay.
10. So okay, how about this? We listen to it
Yeah.
twice, just in case it's a really short sound.
Yeah.
We'll listen to it twice, and then we have 10 seconds to answer it. So you'll be like 10 seconds. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, guys, fair enough. Well, I think we have about what 10 sounds.
You have 10 sounds in total, yeah.
Fantastic.
Is that enough time for you to copy?
Always trying to copy. All right. I have a prediction. I think I'm gonna win this whole game.
All right.
Because you saw the answers just
No,
now?
I actually. Can we close this down so we
Yeah.
don't see this shit? No, I didn't see any answers.
Okay.
All right. Sound number 1.
Let's go. Are you ready? Okay. Go a little bit louder. There we go. Can you hear it clearly? Let's do a little bit louder for the people that are listening. I noticed that some sounds were hard to listen to the first time.
All right. I'll play it one more time.
Okay. Oh, I think I know what that is. I actually guessed this one on the previous episode when we played this game. I'm pretty sure this is what it is. It's definitely not a 1+9. Let me erase that.
Is it a phone or something?
I can't say.
I don't know. The only way I guess you'll find out is if you copy your friend right there. I'm so happy I'm alone on this side. You have no idea.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I got my answer. Let's do the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
4, 3,
2, 1. Shall we reveal our answers? Omar.
Okay, I got PlayStation.
Woo! PlayStation? Wait. PlayStation what? We'll keep it at that.
Oh, I can write it down.
Okay, do it.
Okay.
PlayStation 3, 4.
No.
Samir, go ahead. What do you got?
MacBook.
MacBook. Okay, that's a good guess. That's a really good guess. Is that even close?
No.
Go ahead. Omar, show me your answer. PlayStation 2?
One compact and 2. It was the one compact, the small one.
Okay. I said PS1.
It's the PS1 compact.
It was the PS1.
Aha! PS1. You know how I knew that sound? There's one game. Did you ever play PS1?
I had, there were 2 PS1s. There was a PS1 and then the PS1 compact. I had the compact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never played like a shit ton of games on that. So.
I really enjoyed Crash Bandicoot. Remember that game?
Yeah.
Best game in the world. That's back in the day when you had to, remember you had those passwords and cheat codes?
Yep.
I would just sit there for half a day just guessing cheat codes. And I remember once I unlocked like the last stage and I was just able to access that whole game. And I'm like, whoa, sick.
Good times. Are we keeping score at all?
Sure. You want to keep score this time?
I can, no problem.
Okay. All right. Are we ready for the next sound, folks?
Yes, we are.
Great. Let's do it. Dun, 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 dun. I know that one. One more time. Damn, what is that?
I never played PlayStation, okay? Jeez.
Dun, 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 dun. Man,
What are you doing?
10,
9,
8,
8. I actually don't know what this is. 7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2.
1. I'll go first. Probably wrong, but I'm going to say AOL.
Oh. I said Intel inside.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
What
Just
did
for
you
the
say?
record, Samir has nothing. He's just quickly trying to write Intel.
Okay, so that's clearly not a point on his end. You have to go faster, bro. What is this? We did a countdown. He was like in his own world. What are you, daydreaming, bro? Okay. Well, what's the correct answer?
The correct answer was Intel.
Okay. Damn. I knew that sound, though. What platforms do you typically hear that on?
Windows. Windows.
Dun, 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 dun. I remember like Windows XP or something like that back in the day. It's an old school sound, right? Damn. I did know that sound, but I didn't know what it was. All right. We got the next sound for Samir. We'll give him an extra 20 seconds. We'll give him 10 seconds and then remind him that he has 10 seconds left, and we'll give him another 10 seconds.
All right, you guys ready for the third sound?
Let's go for the third sound. Ooh. I actually know this. That's the funny part.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I needed that last part.
Well, that's just like confirmation there.
Yeah.
What?
Samir, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go out at the same time. iMessage,
Text message.
texting. iMessage, texting. iPhone keyboard.
Yeah, text message, iPhone texting. Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much.
what I
Yeah,
meant. Okay.
correct answer. Yeah.
What did you say? Text.
Message.
Yeah, but
Text message.
there's more to it, man. You got to be very specific.
Well, close enough. Man.
I said iMessage.
Should I give him the point? I'll give him the point.
All right, fine.
Oh, I know this. Done. Samir, you should know this. You should definitely know this.
Bro, this is like an iconic
Oh, yeah,
ringtone.
yeah.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
You know this.
I'm pretty sure I know it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get it wrong.
Yeah. If I get this wrong, I'll be
Well,
quite embarrassed. But I'm pretty sure I'm correct here.
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now Samir has 10 more seconds.
Samir, reveal your answer first. What did you get? Skype?
Yeah.
I got it wrong.
Skype.
I knew I got it wrong.
You got Skype? Yeah, you got it.
I said Motorola.
Skype. How do you get Motorola? Yeah.
Skype. So
What's the
point
answer?
for Samir.
It's Skype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely knew a lot of these sounds, you just know it and then...
You haven't heard them in a while, and you think
No.
it's something.
This one is going to be really annoying, but you probably are going to know it. But
Okay.
it's really annoying.
Okay. Let's go.
Oh.
All right, we get the gist.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Omar, let's reveal.
Dial-up internet.
dial-up modem.
I said Ethernet. Is that different?
Yeah, that's not right.
But that's what I was implying. Can I still get a point?
No, you can't.
All right, fine.
So yeah, the correct answer was dial-up internet.
Yeah. That's what I thought
I put
Ethernet was
dial-up
called.
modem, whatever.
Never mind.
So is
now I
Samir
clearly see
correct?
that was a
Dial-up
stupid
modem?
answer.
Yeah, that's a modem. That's how you get the internet.
Okay.
I knew that sound.
Plus, I
I
thought
just
it
didn't
was
know what it was
fax,
called.
man.
Like, is it Ethernet? No, it's not Ethernet.
Mike,
Fuck, what is
you're
it?
90s.
You're behind Samir now.
Yeah. I got to pick it up now. You definitely chose some ones for Samir, didn't you?
I chose a little bit of like the old school one just so you had a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Samir's currently at 3. Mike, you've got 2. And
Yeah.
somehow, for some reason, I've got all 5.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
somehow
go.
always.
Let's go.
Okay.
All
I
right,
gotta
you
get
guys
it.
should know this one. This
Okay.
one was, I think, your era, like
Okay.
Michael and Omar's era.
Okay, let's go.
Calling us old?
One more time. You know what this is, Omar? How do you know this?
Maybe. I could be wrong.
Think.
I actually have absolutely no idea.
I might be right.
Startup or which one?
One more
had-
time, just in case. And then that's it. We'll do a countdown. I'm taking a guess here. I have no idea, to be honest.
Okay, Samir, you go first.
I think it's Mac.
Mac.
It's OS. I don't know. I'm not,
Okay. Mike?
So Windows or Mac? I'm not sure.
Sony Ericsson.
Sony Ericsson. Now you're making me think. I got Encarta/Encyclopedia.
You guys were all wrong. It was the Windows 95 startup.
Yeah, I knew it was like, I was going to put Windows, man. I said, I knew it's some operating system startup, but I'm like, shit, is it Mac or Windows?
I definitely didn't know that.
Okay.
No, I knew it was like either Windows
Yeah,
or
you should know this stuff.
Now we're getting to the really hard ones.
Okay.
Like these are really hard. Okay.
I don't even have a chance to win anymore, I don't think. I mean, there might be a chance. How many do we have?
You've
3
got
left?
four more. If there's 10, there's 4 more.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
There's 4 more, so.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find a better one. Yeah, that's better.
Okay, I know.
Do it again.
I'm pretty sure this is right, but well, I guess we'll find out. It's Sonic, bro. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is what it is, but does everybody have an answer? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Yeah.
1.
Sure.
Should I go first?
Sure.
I said the trash bin sound when you put something in the trash bin.
Now it makes sense. Okay, I got either BlackBerry or a guitar strum. Could be wrong. Would be wrong, most likely.
Put delete message, which is kind of similar to.
No, it's not.
Yeah, like that would go into the.
No, that would not. There's
Okay.
no messages in the trash bin, my
Let's
friend.
get the.
They're all
Delete
tech
file.
related, so
Delete file.
it would be you know those old school TVs. You know when you turn it on, that's the noise that it is.
So we were all wrong.
the
about
old school TVs.
Yeah, but it's in a trash bin now, so I should at least get a point here.
it's in the trash bin. Yeah.
Yo, that definitely sounds like a trash bin, though, doesn't
Yeah,
it? It's like,
that's-
doesn't
That's what I was thinking. Like
that
that- yeah, it
sound like the
does.
old school trash bin for Mac or
Is,
something?
what I was
okay, is anyone correct or are we all wrong?
You guys are all wrong.
Okay, good. Samir just gave himself half a point for some reason.
I did not.
You said 0.5. What was 0.5 all about? When you were writing the answer, you said, I'll give myself 0.5. Okay. Anyway.
All right, let's keep going. I'm doing horrible today. What's going on?
All right. This one is also a difficult one, but you guys should know this one.
Okay.
Let me turn it up a little.
Yeah, please. I can barely hear that.
I know it's a very.
It's very subtle. Do it as start from the beginning and do it as loud as possible so so the viewers can also hear it, because I know these subtle sounds are very hard to hear on.
Yeah. Okay.
The only thing that I can think of when I'm doing this, this is definitely really hard, right?
Yeah, yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Omar, go first.
Oh, shit. Okay. A mouse, clicking of a mouse.
That's what I said. Mouse click, double click.
Double click. Yeah, that's what I said
Yeah, I definitely didn't get that. I said car window lock going up. You know how you you know when you're trying to lock it when it's already locked? Play that again. Play that again. Just envision it. Just envision it. Just watch. Just imagine I'm in my car and I'm like trying to lock. You know?
What are you doing though?
I'm putting the window back up when it's already locked.
That's what it does sound like that, but it's actually the click of the Apple mouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so they both got it wrong.
You got it right.
You have to say mouse. You have to say Apple mouse.
They didn't say Apple mouse.
All right, give them
but
half a point.
You get half a point. Half a point. Yeah.
It's a point.
All right, next one.
All right, we got 2 more.
Sure.
Yeah.
I could get this wrong.
Why? It's easy.
One more time, please.
This is so easy.
Yeah, I'll find out,
Okay.
I guess.
Ready? I'm good.
Yeah, you? I'll go first. I did camera film.
No.
Yours?
Who said no?
Oh. No.
Typewriter.
Sorry, what?
Typewriter.
Typewriter? I got typewriter as well.
Yeah, definitely not my day today.
So yeah, the correct answer was typewriter.
Yeah.
Camera?
Man, you guys are old as.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, how
The
did it
last
feel?
one.
How did it feel inventing the typewriter, Samir? I saw a picture of it in the yearbook with you and Jesus. All right,
You
let's
mean
go next
Jesus? Jesus.
one. Yeah.
All right.
That looks like Morse code.
They're not gonna get it.
Well, I did some old school ones.
1 second.
I actually have no fucking idea.
This is old school, man. Easy.
Oh.
I didn't know we're playing freaking.
Okay, I got it.
70s show.
I think Akshay got all of these specifically for Samir to beat you.
Yes, thank you.
And me.
Can I go first?
Of course you can.
Yeah,
Okay, let's do a countdown first.
10, 9,
Are you guys all revealing it at once or
7,
No, I want.
6,
I want to go first.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've never seen you so excited to share your answer, Samir.
Samir, go.
This is dialing the phone
The
on the old phones.
rotary phone.
Rotary phone. Yeah.
Okay.
I got rotary phone.
Yeah, he's right too.
Yeah, you don't even want to know.
Camera.
Yeah, so the answer was rotary phone.
Rotary phone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't think that's tech, bro.
Yeah, it is. That's all
is.
tech. That's
It
old
is.
school tech.
Old
Bro,
school
that's
tech.
ancient technology. Bro.
All
You
right.
told me to get cassette ones, so I got like different ones.
You might as well use the knife they used to cut the stones in the pyramids.
I have the scores here for you. In third place with a grand total of 2, we've got Mike. Samir, good week for you. You've got 6.
I think 6 is as
pretty
total
good.
he's ever got.
In the
If you combine all the points that we've ever played, he probably has 6. So he had a great day today.
No, I think in 8 podcasts, Samir has 8 points. 6 today.
Okay. I give it up to you, man. Good job. Good
All
job.
right. I had 8, but this was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Not that fun for me, but definitely something I gotta improve on next time, and I'm gonna bring my A game. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys coming on for our 8th episode. And if you guys are new to this podcast, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new content. And oh yeah, like that video. If you really, really enjoy this content, we would greatly appreciate it. And also, don't forget to check out our new website, flipafone.com. That's FLIPAFONE.com. You can see all of the goodies on there. Everything from iPhones to MacBooks to iPads to Apple Watches. We got one. We all got one right now. The Apple Watch Ultra gang, right? All right, guys, that's it, folks. We really, really appreciate our viewers. And that's all, folks.